According to talkSPORT, Jake Paul has shot down the challenge from Paulie Malignaggi. Not just him, also Briedis, excuse me, the cruiserweight champion, who actually did a diss record, from what I'm hearing, on Jake Paul. And according to Jake Paul, he's like, man, I don't even know who these dudes are. And he just didn't say that about Paulie and Briedis. He said it about a lot of guys. He said half the guys who's calling him out, he's not familiar with. And his thing is, it's not really about who's calling him out at this point. You know, he kind of looking at himself sort of in the light of a Canelo Alvarez. Not saying skill-wise, but he's the man. He's the draw. He's the cash cow. And it's not about who calls him out. It's about who he calls out, who he's interested in fighting. As he said, and I quote, who makes me want to get my you-know-what out of bed and train my you-know-what off. Now, I must say this. I could understand Jake's state of mind because he's the one everybody's calling out. He's making more money than most boxers. Probably, I'll say 95% of the boxers out there. But with that being said, I find it to be highly disingenuous to say he doesn't know who Paulie Malignaggi is. I truly believe that. If he's any type of student of boxing, and he claims that he is, I find that to be extremely disingenuous. And to say that you don't know who Mairis Briedis is, okay, maybe that would be the case. But that should be somebody on your radar, considering that's the weight class you fight in. Briedis is actually the top guy at the cruiserweight weight limit. So, at the very least, if I'm Jake Paul and I'm trying to prove that I'm that guy, whether 5 fights in or 20 fights in, that would be somebody to think about, because those are he holds titles, like bona fide official titles in the division that you fight in. So why wouldn't you at least consider him? Matter of fact, let me say it plainly. Mairis Briedis is offering Jake Paul a title shot. If Jake Paul was to go out and beat this guy, Jake Paul would be the cruiserweight champion. Unified cruiserweight champion. So, hey, I don't know about you. Yeah, I got it. You got your little belt you made, whatever. It got diamonds all on it. It's probably physically worth more, or I ain't gonna say physically, prestigiously worth more than the actual cruiserweight titles. All of them wrapped into one. I get it, because the material is made out of, but you are being offered the ability to actually be a real bona fide champion. To me, that should hold some kind of weight, especially if you're truly trying to be a boxer. If you feel like boxers are easy fighters to beat, manipulate, and they can't take a punch, why not consider him? Now, Paulie has strikes against him. Number one, he's retired. Number two, he's much smaller. It'll be hard to put together a fight between the two because the difference in size and weight. Now, not saying it's not doable, but Paulie would put himself in more risk because everything he uses would be limited. He would lose his speed. He would lose probably his footwork, lose his stamina. All of that would probably wane a whole lot faster, if he can even bring it to the table because of the weight gain. So I can understand that fight being hard to make, or maybe even looked at as a dog and pony show. But the Briedis thing, that's a different story. To me, that's a very makeable fight. Now, I don't think Jake would want to get in the ring with somebody that experienced. That's a whole nother story. But just to say you don't know who this guy is, or he isn't on your radar, whatever, to me, maybe he should be. If you are the guy you think you are, if you are the tough guy, the heavy hitter, whatever, then yeah, go in there, whoop the champ, because that's what he is. If you feel like you can fight Canelo, go fight him. Actually, he's challenging Canelo, Briedis, that is. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got. This head busting boxing's on Fight Doctor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know what you think. Should these dudes, Briedis, Paulie, Malignaggi, some of these other guys that are called, I mean, because there's plenty of people, Anderson Silva. I mean, you got guys from the UFC. Who should he be looking at the fight? Me personally, if you go claim to be a boxer, you need to be fighting boxers. These boxers are the guys that you should be looking at, not UFC guys. As long as you do that, it's a clown show, as far as I'm concerned. But that's pretty much all I got. This head busting boxers on Fight Doctor. I am out.